Hello, today we're going to discuss angr and crosshair, two symbolic checking tools. First we're going to discuss how to install and run angr, and then we're going to move on to crosshair. So first you want to install Docker. Go to your favorite browser and find the Docker installer. We do this by going to docker.com and finding the installer for the M1 Mac or the Apple chip. Once the download is finished, drag the application into the Applications folder. Once Docker is done downloading, we're going to go to our project directory. Then we need to start up Docker. And now we can pull the official Ubuntu image from Docker Hub. Once we're done with the Ubuntu image, we can pull the angr image. Then we're going to head over to our code editor where we create a file called password.c. We want to write a short program that's going to prompt the user for a password and display success or failed based on whether or not the user got the password correct. In order to compile this file, we need to run an Ubuntu Docker image, because when compiling on Mac, the file format of the binary is a Mako file, which doesn't work very well with angr. We're then also going to start an angr container and install Python inside that container in order to be able to run the actual angr executable. Now that we have GCC installed on our Ubuntu container, we can compile the password.c file. Then we switch over to the angr container and run Python 3. We're going to first import angr and then create an angr project using our a.out binary that we've just compiled in our Ubuntu container. Now that we have got our project object, we need to create a simulation manager object in order for us to specify what the target state is. First, we need to create a state object which will specify our starting or entry point into the program. We then use this entry point into the program in order to create a simulation manager, and then we use the simulation manager in order to find the point in the program where our password is accepted. So this is the point in the program where we find the string success, which we can see if we look in our source file is the accepted state. What angr then does is it tries to find the memory position in the binary that corresponds with the success state. We then assign the results of this search to a temporary variable x, which we can then use to print out the actual password that angr found. Now that we have our password, we can make the a.out executable in our Ubuntu container, and then we can run it with an incorrect password and we should get failed. Now if we rerun it and put in the correct password, we will get success. Now we move on to crosshair tool, where we will quickly code the buggy sorting algorithm. Notice on line 8 the bug. Now that we have the Python Docker image, we can create a container mounting the current working directory so that we can access the buggy insertion sort. Now with everything installed, we can do our final analysis using crosshair check analysis kind equal asserts, because we're using the assert statements. And then we're going to set report verbose, as we would like to get as much information as we can. And there we have it. If you thought this video was awesome, please consider liking, smashing the subscribe button, and hitting the bell button for notifications. Cheers.